Okay, so welcome. December for this year for the theme, it's our gifts. It's our the gifts that we have. We can call them our spiritual gifts, our talents, but whatever that is for us. And when we think, so I was talking about this today in Yoga Nidra, I think oftentimes people want to say, oh, they're musically gifted or they're really good at schoolwork or something like that. But I would rather focus on like the things that we do that uplift other people, because we are these incredible energetic beings that are drawn to and repel weirdly other people. So we have the power to do that all the time. And we have this negative current that runs through the left side of our body and this positive current that runs through the right side of our body. So we're just big electromagnets. That's all we are. So if you just think of a magnet, that's it. And so everything about us is that positive and negative. Even our fingers, they have positive and negative currents in them. So then our thoughts also can run that same type of energy. So we have thoughts when we have our feelings versus our thoughts or our images of things. Our thoughts, the things that come from I guess you'd say your mind, those things are energetic. So they go outward. Okay. And then our feelings are magnetic, which means that they come inward. So then we've got this, again, this constant reciprocal thing that's happening all the time. So that's, again, why it's important that even our thoughts and our feelings really do need to be in alignment together. So when we talk about like heart-brain coherence, things like that, that's what we're talking about, is that those things are in coherence together so that it's like, I'm not just saying, how you doing? I'm doing great. But like you feel like crap, right? So we want to make sure that like this, I'm doing great, is really like, I'm doing really good. Like I'm really doing good. And I'm feeling good and I'm doing good, Then you're in coherence. Then things are in balance together. Then the signals that you're sending out are correct. They are set from the correct frequency. So coming back to us being those energized beings that we are, this is why it's so important for us to be able to have these good thoughts, have these good feelings, stuff like this, so that we can lift up the people around us. Okay. Because everything has to be about that. Because we're also tribal by nature. So for the first 7 years of your life, your brainwaves are in a theta brainwave state. What that means is that your brain is a computer basically that's being programmed by the world around you. Hi guys, yay! Um, and we do that. We're set up that way. We're designed that way because of the fact that we're tribal by nature. We need to know how to assimilate into a tribe. We're very vulnerable creatures. We are one of the only mammals that can't take care of themselves for such a long period of time. So it's really important that we know how to fit into a tribe and fit into a community so that our needs are met. So that's why the brain is designed that way. It's designed so that I know that if I act like this, I'll get fed. I know if I act like this, I get shelter. And if I act like this, I might not be a part of the tribe. So of course, this is, can work to our detriment as well, but all the more reason why we have such an incredible responsibility to be able to help buoy each other up. Okay. So that's the whole thing behind that. So when I think of the things that collectively for our spiritual gifts, like for myself, one thing that weirdly I've always been told is that I kind of bring people together. Like I've noticed that throughout my life, that I'll be friends with like even when I was in high school, like I'd be friends with like a certain group of people, and other people I'd be friends with these people, and then like weirdly like the stoners and the mod people come together and be friends. Do you know what I mean? Like that's like somehow that's how dated I am on that. But that's how like the world would kind of weirdly come together. And so and everybody was friends. And, and I saw that throughout my life. So and I can see that here, like, it's the same type of thing. We just have, like, people kind of gather and pull together, and then, like, everybody becomes friends. So that, I would say, for myself, is something that I don't think about all the time, but it's definitely some sort of a spiritual gift that I have, okay? So and that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be using whatever it is that we have to help lift each other up and make the world a better place, okay? So, as we go into our meditation tonight, so let's start off with this. Who has never meditated? Let's start there. Good. So we've got a room of meditators. I like that. So that means that we can be quiet for a long period of time. I feel good about that. You don't need to hear me yammering on. Quentin, can you shut the backlights off? That'd be great. Perfect. That's perfect. Okay. So now for those of you that are not comfortable in a seated position, you are welcome to lie down. Just make sure that, I always say this, put your feet on the floor and your knees to the ceiling. That way you don't nod off, because difference, right, between sleeping and meditating. And so we'll try not to sleep, and we'll try to make sure that we meditate. All right. So for everybody else, let's just go ahead and sit up nice and tall. And then it's nice to just let your eyes gently close down. You would It's best if you can feel that your head is over your heart and your heart is over your pelvis somehow. So it's nice to kind of tuck your chin a little bit, pull your shoulders back, and then let your butt flesh sink down into the bolster. And you can have your hands palms face down. You can have them palms face up. You can do chin mudra, which is your thumb and index barely touching if you want to. It is winter time, so it's nice sometimes to kind of cup your hands in your lap. If you're feeling more energy running through your body that feels a little bit more feminine, a little bit more light, it's nice to have your left hand underneath your right. If you're feeling a little bit more masculine energy, a little bit more intensity, then it's nice to have your right hand underneath your left. Take a second to loosen your jaw so that you are sure that your teeth are not clenched. If you can put a little smile on your face, it doesn't have to be a big, huge grin, just soft, letting the corners of your mouth turn up a little bit. That's nice too. So forehead is loose, eyes are lightly closed. Let's go ahead and starting off with just basics and bringing your attention to the tip of your nose. Just being really aware of that feeling of the air coming in and out. You can follow that feeling down to the back of your throat, feeling the air as it's cold coming in and warm going out. Start to be more aware of the expansion of your chest and your belly on the inhalation. And as it comes down on the exhalation. Really start to just be very aware of where you feel your heartbeat. Sometimes you don't notice it in your chest. Sometimes you notice it like in your neck or in your ears. Wherever you find it, it's okay. Just be with it for a moment. If you have not been able to locate it in your chest yet, just allow yourself some peace and some grace as you just locate it and allow yourself to be with it. Start to picture or imagine that you're in the presence of your heart. It's best to see it almost like a beautiful rose quartz. So there's a room in everybody's heart. As you are looking at the beautiful rose quartz heart, you can possibly see a door. And allow yourself access to that room. So being with this space and words, maybe you just are always serving people them. Maybe you're the type of person that you always know the right time to call. Or to reach out to somebody who's in need. Maybe you're just a great listener.
Maybe you just look at people with compassion and love, and that warms their heart. Maybe you just show up for people, whatever it is. Just sit in that space for a moment, really deeply appreciating that aspect of your character. That special innate gift that you have. So now just take a moment to think of the very first person that comes to mind that would benefit so much from this beautiful gift that you have in your ability to share the special parts of who you are. And invite them in that space. And look into their eyes and see the joy on their face. Notice how you feel right now. See if you can feel an expansion from that. Now we'll just take a moment to envision that joy just kind of spreading out beyond the confines of our body. Let it expand like a bubble around you. Let that bubble expand out to touch the other bubbles in the room. And let this bubble just get bigger and grow beyond the walls of the center. Let it grow beyond the confines of this area. And notice as it continues to expand how you feel. So now we can begin to call our energy back. Let it take its time. Let it settle back in, all the way back into that chamber in your heart. You can tell the person that you invited in there, give them a blessing, and let them leave. And just be with the beating of your heart again for a little bit in this chamber. You can leave the little chamber of your heart. Just know that it's there for you whenever you need it. Just looking at the beautiful rose quartz crystal again. And then going back to being in the presence of your own body fully. Pay attention to how you feel. You can be more aware of the breathing, the in and the out of your breath. Begin to allow a little bit of organic movement in your hands. Maybe wiggling a little bit from side to side. But please let your eyes be the last thing that come up online. Whenever you're ready. So we have a lot of new people in here, so I have to say what I say all the time for everybody else who's already been in here all the time. But we don't have to worry about letting our energy commingle with anybody else in a safe place like this, because I always say this, there's no such thing as an energy vampire in a meditation class, because everybody comes to a meditation class with the same intention, which is that they just want to feel good, and that's enough. Okay. So I know sometimes people are very guarded about their energy and they're like, oh, but everybody's intention is always the same. Nobody comes to a meditation class and says, I cannot wait to bring everybody down. Like, it just doesn't happen. So you should feel really good after that. Like, there's like an expansion that happens, and it's kind of like a little blessing to be able to do that with everybody. So I hope that you guys found something really juicy about your spiritual gifts. Dawn, what was yours?
I know people so well.
Yes, you do. Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Who else can I pick on? Jason? No, I don't want to pick on you. You don't have any spiritual gifts. I find that really hard to believe. Your spiritual gift was falling asleep during meditation.
Even sitting up. I'm not really asleep.
No, you're just there. That's good. Did anybody have a spiritual gift that they want to share? I like it when people share, especially when there's new people. Good. I love that, Zach. Thank you.
I was going to be on time to this class, and I can tolerate so many things.
Oh. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, that's awesome. Anybody else? Oh, Quentin. Didn't see you back there. Yes, you're in the back. It's me. Mm. Yeah, that's definitely your gift for sure. Yeah, and I mean that in a good way. Yes.
Mine is similar to yours,
Mhm.
but when it comes to fitness, the active wellness like yoga,
Mhm.
I tend to like make friends
Mhm.
and building community and bringing people together.
Yeah.
Like I have friends from yoga, the gym, from the
Yeah.
community that
Yeah.
I live in, and I just invite people.
Yeah.
I love it. I love to share it.
Yeah, that's so good. Yeah, so your passion, so whatever you're passionate about is
Yes.
magnetized.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I become friends with all of them.
Yeah.
And we all become friends.
I love that. I love that. Paige, what's yours? Oh, yes.
I just always know.
Oh.
If somebody needs something, they will be in my mind, and whether it's sending attention or actually going up to give them a hug, I just have a knowing of who needs what.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, our little empathic gifts. They're so good. Thank you. Okay. Nobody else? Pete, what's yours? I can see you smiling.
Well, it's my dharma, which is to serve and help others.
Yeah.
Solving problems. It's really
Yeah.
my main ones.
Okay. I love that. Thank you. Okay, so in way of announcements, dun, 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 dun. We have 2 really good events coming up, and I would strongly encourage everybody to consider them. The first one is this Saturday. It's the cold moon. December is the cold moon, full moon, and we are having a sound bath that night. Nancy is doing it, and she is donating all the proceeds to Carlin's Animal Sanctuary. So, for those of you that don't know who we're talking about, Carlin is our Iyengar teacher, and she teaches 3 days a week, and we are so blessed to have her.
And if you don't know what Iyengar is, BKS Iyengar is the person who brought this to the United States. He was very focused on form and alignment. So everything with Iyengar is about precision and form and alignment, precision, form, and alignment, so you don't get injured, and so you really know how to do your practice properly. So Carlin owns an animal sanctuary, and she's got like 8 equine and turkeys, goats, dogs. So these animals have a very, very blessed, beautiful life on her little property that she has. And so Nancy is our sound teacher. Well, she teaches chair on Mondays, and she teaches the sound baths on Wednesday nights. And so this is a special sound bath that she's doing, and she's donating all of the money from that to Carlin's Animal Sanctuary. So try to come if you can. It's really, you get double blessings. Look at it that way. Double blessings on your karma. You get to cash in twice. You get to do something wonderful for the animal sanctuary and for yourself. So do your meditation on that. Then the next thing is the week after that, we have, there's the hike is in the morning. So this is on the 21st. And they are going to hieroglyphic trail in the superstitions. So, and that'll be in the morning, and that's at 9 o'clock in the morning. And the coordinates and everything are on the website.
Yes, so there's a parking lot. There's actually a parking lot there. It's the back of Old Camp. So either meet there at 9, or for people that want to carpool, sign up ahead of time. I'm going to be sending out a message by that Thursday to confirm who wants to carpool, but plan on being here.
Yeah.
About 40 minutes.
Yeah. So we did that a couple of years ago, didn't we? You and I?
Yeah, not for hiking club.
No, but you and I did. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. That's really cool. Then that evening, Jakar she used to teach Kundalini here, but now she just does the gong events. And the gong is like super cool. If you've never had a gong event before and a gong experience, you got to do it at least once. You should do it twice a year because it'll reset your central nervous system. So that's the goal. So the sound bath is kind of like gushy and soft and yummy, and that's wonderful. The gong is like, yeah, it's really intense, but it gets rid of everything off of your body. So anything that's been built up. So we do it twice a year at the solstices. So it's good. So that's that evening. And then we were going to have a kids class, and it's on the calendar, but we had to cancel it because our kids yoga teacher had a scheduling conflict. Something just popped up. So that is canceled for this month, but we will pick up again in January, on the second Saturday of the month in January. Okay. And then last but not least, closure hours. We have Christmas Eve. We will be having only AM yoga classes, and then we are going to have a Christmas Eve meditation at 7 p.m. because Christmas Eve is on a Tuesday that night. So instead of 8:15, it'll be at 7 p.m. and all are welcome to come. Okay. Then we are closed Christmas Day. Then the following week on New Year's Eve, we are only doing classes, and then there's nothing going on in the evening. I'm a weirdo about that. I feel like don't drive if you don't have to. and we don't want anybody driving here. So, but then on New Year's Day, there's only 2 things going on. Christina Rich is teaching a heated flow class at 9 a.m. and it will be as hot as we can possibly make it in this room. The goal for that is if you did spend the evening doing things that want to burn out of your system, you are welcome to do that. You can just lay on a mat in the corner if that's what you want to do, or you can do the asana with everybody else. And then at noon, Bunty Sujata is coming. He is our monk that we have come every year, and he will be doing our New Year's blessing on the 1st at noon. So that's a very nice event. And so those events, all of the money from that, the proceeds from that go to Bunty's incubator project in Sri Lanka, where he has incubators there for the hospitals. All the money goes to raise for that. So they have a lot of preemies in Sri Lanka, and they have found that if these hospitals just had the basic necessities that we take for granted here in the United States, that these kids would survive. So that's where all the money for that goes. Then he's doing his actual teaching on the 11th. But the New Year's blessing is super, super cool. He gives you a little bracelet. You still have yours from last year. It's amazing. Thing's a champion. It's like, I know. So, yeah. So you've been blessed year long. So he puts a little bracelet on you. He does mantra. He does blessing. We pour water over the Buddha statue. It's really a beautiful, with rose petals all over the place, and it's a really beautiful, beautiful experience. So that's on the 1st at 12 o'clock. Then on the 11th is when he will be doing his teaching, and the teaching is your loss is your gain. So that's his teaching for this year. So every year is a different teaching. So, and that is at 6 p.m. on the 11th. All right, that's it. All of this is on the website. Thank you, Paige. So, yes. Yes. Yeah, but everything until the end of the year. Just ignore the kids yoga thing. I'm sorry. But other than that, everything else is on there. Okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.